Well, hello everyone. We'll get started in just a moment. Please make sure you're in a nice, comfortable space and ready to receive. Well, welcome everyone. It is October 12th in the year 2024, and we are going through some pretty extraordinary experiences on the physical, in the quantum, and everything in between. As we sit here in this expanded state of awareness and knowing all that is happening is heading towards a specific goal, and that is to awaken. The events that have been going on, at least here in the US, with the hurricanes, even since the equinox, it's been quite a interesting time. And of course, whenever we have the eclipse season, it always brings on a lot of seismic activity. And the hurricanes that have been witnessed and experienced here in the US, again, I don't pay a lot of attention to the news. So what I do receive usually is just based here in the US from friends or family that are keeping me informed. But I know that with the hurricane, I don't remember the names, but the first hurricane that came through, and now the second one, I think that one's called Milton. Florida has really gone through it. The North Carolina, yeah, area has really been slammed, along with the whole East Coast. Let's not even pretend that that's not the case. So lots of things happening. And, there's a lot of going back and forth. Is this, Gaia driven or planetary driven, or is this inverted? And the truth of it is, it depends upon which level you're looking at. It depends upon which level of conscious you're coming from. And so as our hearts go out to the millions that have been affected, it is also wise to stay in the awareness that everyone involved is not a victim. At some level, their higher self is orchestrating even these crazy and horrific experiences. As I've heard several times this week, pain and suffering is a massive catalyst for awakening. And many of us know that. Not the path most of us would like to choose. But when we look at the larger collective that is still so asleep, you can then begin, if you come from a higher level of consciousness, begin to understand how this might be playing out for wake-up calls for a lot of people. And that's really hard to understand from a human perspective. And that is why you need to not try to think your way through this. Go into the heart and just feel into it. It is very interesting to experience so much devastation in such a short time that it's really a, should I say, a interesting experience of faith, an interesting experience of really diving into how this could be of benefit when on the 3D level it really looks so devastating. And how could all of those beautiful souls have signed up for this? And I'm not saying all of them have at the same level of higher self trying to get them into place to awaken, but just to put that into your awareness. These are such devastating experiences, and yet we all know that these are extraordinary times that we are in. And so, in the weeks and the months and the years to come, there is going to continue to be some significant shakeups to really shake the foundation of humanity's belief systems and their core values to help the totality of humanity awakening. Because again, this is not just a few that are going through the ascension process. Everyone is, and we have vowed as a larger experience, we're not leaving anyone behind. And so sometimes the fastest way to awaken and really get down to what is the core values, what is really the most important in our experience. And sometimes that kind of a life wake-up call will do it the quickest. So just putting that into the fields, there's so much happening. There's so much fear coming through the media, which is a constant, right? And then in the US, we still have the political things going on, and overseas, we still have wars going on. I mean, there's just a lot happening. And so to be able to recognize and come back into your high heart and really be in that state of compassion without getting swept up in all of the media and in swept up in too much emotion when we have no way of really making a positive impact except for staying in our high heart, except for sending love and compassion energetically, holding the fields for whatever these experiences are trying to play out to come to the highest fruition as quickly as possible, right? We look at what's going on in the Middle East. Has there really ever been a time in history where there hasn't been war in that part of the world, right? I mean, some of these are very long, ongoing experiences. And there have always been Mother Nature experiences. It just seems really accelerated, or that's not the word. It feels I don't know, just more right now. Everything feels more intense. There's the word, more intense with what we're experiencing. And so again, the mastery, stepping into your high heart. Of course, we're going to have compassion. Of course, we're going to do everything we can if there is an opportunity to physically help. But it doesn't help if there's nothing we can do physically, and yet our emotions and our mentals are all spun up into the chaos. That really is so much more detrimental than I think anyone really realizes. And especially when, massive numbers of people are all doing that simultaneously. And so just to keep that in awareness, of course, our hearts are always going out to everything, all of humanity that it is experiencing these devastating life experiences and things happening seemingly out of their control. And it is a level of mastery to be able to send the compassion, hold the feels for things to come into alignment for everyone as quickly as possible without contributing to the chaos by going into fear, by going into that lower frequency, which is getting triggered everywhere right now. It just seems that that's the case. And if you're not getting triggered, if that is not your experience, hallelujah. Stay in that higher vibration for us, because we're all working to attain into the higher frequencies. This is where we can be of most assistance, unless we are boots on ground in the locations where we can really do something with our physicality, right? So I just wanted to bring that into your awareness. And every time you see something on the news or something in social media, come back into your heart. Highest alignment, whatever is trying to play out, highest alignment for everyone. Highest alignment back into higher levels of consciousness, unraveling the distortions, right? That is how we serve, especially when we are so far removed from so many of the events. Some of you are right smack dab in the middle of them, and we are sending you so much profound support to be in highest alignment. But those of us who aren't, our job is to stay in that higher frequency and not get swept up by the media, by social media, by everything else that is trying to distract us from holding that higher frequency. And so, with that, let's take a moment and from our high hearts, really go into a state of support and compassion for all of the people, all of the kingdoms, not even just humanity as a whole, but all of the kingdoms, all of the animals, everything, to come into highest alignment as quickly as possible with ease and grace. And as a unified field in this moment, setting the intention to have such a positive impact simply by holding that higher frequency, which makes it so much easier for others to entrain to that frequency as well. Hi, I'm Raquel, and I am an Ascension Guide, helping you to awaken and remember your quantum self. I provide a holistic, multifaceted, and comprehensive approach to your awakening and ascension, bringing you to the cutting edge of consciousness while expanding your ability to live multidimensionally. You are a divine, sovereign being of light, and it's time to remember. Explore my website, raquelspencer.com, to learn about becoming your quantum self.